I wanted to sell my third Nightwing around that 2K mark, but it kept dipping, so I'm just gonna wait until it goes back up. We got Joe M. Batman, 920, dipped just below 1K. Becky Batman, this looks like a great opportunity, not financial advice. 1.2K for Becky Cloonan. I'm gonna go over the most recent drop. Shout out to Matt Gondek. Shout out to anybody who picked up one of those art pieces today, or even just got one on the drop. That drop was definitely hard to get. I was able to snag the ultra rare weapons rack on the drop. Picked up the other piece in the market. I'm gonna try to find it. Can't really find it right now. There it is. All right, so that piece is just under retail right now, 173. It's one of those things where even the Marvel Comics #1 stayed under retail for a few days, maybe even a week or two. Marvel Comics #1, the DeLorean common, that was under retail for a while. That got down to $13. I feel like with VeVe, there's always going to be new opportunities. There's always the ebb and flow of the market. Things that go low, they're not always going to stay low. Things that go high, they're not going to keep going up forever. So I feel like the people that may feel like they missed an opportunity from not being able to find VeVe when it first went public, like a lot of us OGs did, I think there's always going to be new opportunities in the market. Let's go Instincts. I got the last two drops on 2 bars of LTE in the middle of a lake in Florida. Wow, that's amazing to hear right there. I mean, it just goes to show you that the internet doesn't always make a big difference. I do think that it probably has somewhat of an impact, location, internet, maybe the phone. But like I always hear these stories. Shout out to you, Instincts, for getting the last 2 drops. I was able to get that weapons rack, but I missed out on the artwork, the failure of control. I think this one has some kind of hidden utility. Some kind of maybe an airdrop or something like that in the future for anyone who's able to complete all the sets of Mac on deck. They did tweet out some kind of hint, some kind of teaser. I'm gonna see if I can find it here. Shout out to my guy Donkey Gooch, VeVe creator, was in the VeVe Fantasy Football League. Got a retweet from Matt Gondek. Donkey Gooch said, "Yo, I'm digging Mac on deck and this piece, hoping for some utility on this somewhere down the line." And then look who gave that a retweet. Mac on deck gave that a retweet with some eye emojis. Let's go. VeVe always trolling out like, I do think possibly we get some kind of airdrop or something like that in the future. I know Mac on deck's art is pretty popular for other artworks that haven't been launched yet on the VeVe platform. So I think possibly, just like some other artists that have dropped, we could see some kind of airdrop. I'm definitely making a bag on comics when the Comics and Showroom comes out. Not going to hesitate to sell like I did in the last pump in January. Smell Miles, yeah, good idea. I mean, I think that's the psychology aspect. When things go up like that and we're at all-time highs, it does feel like it's going to constantly go up. But just remember, nothing goes up forever. Anytime there's a huge run-up, usually there's a retracement like we see constantly. And just like any other market, there's always going to be opportunities. And so that's usually the time to let go, maybe a duplicate or two. However many you have, everyone's situation is different. But I do think comics are going to have an extreme big run up there. Absolutely, Simone. And I didn't make, the best decisions either the last run up. I probably should have let go of some more duplicates back then as well. But again, anything that goes up must come back down. Anything that stays down is going to go back up most likely, especially if it's a big time popular character or popular comic with a lot of demand. Joshua Tesedo. I said your name wrong, I think, again. JT in the building. Good luck to you and all on the drop. May the odds be ever in your favor. Appreciate that big time, JT. Yeah, hopefully we get this drop. Hopefully a lot of dubs in the chat again. I think we will see a lot of dubs. I don't know if this one's going to be the most popular comic book in the world. I'm going to go over the covers too on these. I'm not the biggest fan of these, so it's not like I don't, I don't think they're gonna do amazing numbers. But if I get one on the drop, I'll still be happy. If I get a common or a 3-digit, I'll probably just keep that one. I don't think it's gonna be too valuable in the market. This is the rare. That's the ultra rare. Kind of like the ultra rare a little bit better, and then the secret rare. Pretty clean looking. Kind of like the ultra rare the best, I think. It's the uncommon, common. Again, I think we have the first appearance of Black Widow on another comic book that's already out on VeVe. I believe it is Tales of Suspense 52, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. I'm not the comic expert. Shout out to all the comic gurus out there. Tales of Suspense 52, yes. Black Widow. Secret Rare is 945. Oh man, Simone. See, once you start thinking about selling some things off from VeVe for some physical shoes or something like that, to me, I feel like, again, not a financial advisor, not financial advice, just in my opinions only. I wouldn't want to do that just because I feel like these VeVe NFTs are almost equivalent to appreciating assets. And so once you start buying other things like depreciating assets, I feel like that's the backwards way to go. If anything, I could see I have seen some people sell some shoes, sell some physical goods or physical assets for more VeVe NFTs. But again, any way you want to do it, to each his own. I do think the comics are going to have a huge run up soon. We do know that we're going to be able to put them in some kind of comic book case in the showroom. And I think once that happens, a lot of these comics, different rarities with different, low mints or special mint numbers, I think that's going to be big time right there. 9 watching, 7 likes. Smash that like button. Let's go, JT. Appreciate that big time. Lee Wong in the building. Mr. Sniffles. I did get an air filter down here. I moved one of my air filters in a different room upstairs down here for the last few days. And I think that's been helping out big time. I still get congested a little bit, but I feel like it's helped out big time. Like even right now, I feel a lot better than I have before. So let's hope that continues, and let's hope that helps out. Still drinking a lot of coffee, though. Probably need to incorporate some more water. Now that it's warming up, been golfing a little bit more lately, so it helps me drink a lot more water. J East Music. Salute, Johnny. Let's go. Good luck today. Hopefully we can have some dubs, some ultra rares, some secret rares today. JT, Mr. Sniffles sounds like a new Pokemon released on VeVe. I'm just kidding. Hopefully one day. I'm not saying they have it, obviously. I'm going to go over some comic prices right now, just because I do think in the next couple weeks, we will probably see the comics being able to put in the showroom on our profile. I do think that's going to be a big deal. Marvel Comics number 1, 315 is the floor. The uncommon, 385. The rares down to 795. We've seen that usually like 8, 9, floating around that 1,000 range. The ultra rares, 1.7K. That's held at that price point for a while now. Doesn't really seem to dip much further than 1.5, 1.6. We've seen it up to 3K before. That secret rare, 37.5K. I'm going to go over another. I'm going to probably go over what I think are the top comic books right now on VeVe. Fantastic Four number 1. The common, 120. The uncommon is 155. The rare is 368. The ultra rare is down to 675. Kind of low right now for that ultra rare. The secret rare is 10.9K. Instincts, 120 initial investment to just under 9K in gems, plus a few collectibles. Started in November. We'll be cashing out 4 to 5K gems for a fence. The dogs will love it. Let's go. Instincts. Love to see that. Started with $120, turned it into 9K in just a few months. Started in November. So from December, January, February, March, turned $120 into basically 10K. Unbelievable. Love to hear stories like that. Don Hyen. Good morning, fam. Good morning, Don. Let's go. Ultra rare Ghost Rider. Yeah, let's look at this one real quick. Love the cover. This is probably, I mean, Ghost Rider is a top 10 comic book. In the real world, crazy on fire lately. And I think on VeVe, out of the top comics, this is probably my favorite cover of the ultra rare. Let's go over all the prices right now. The common up to $41. Definitely think that's a $100 price point eventually. Same with Journey into Mystery. I think Journey into Mystery will get up there. That's about the same price as that, I want to say. The uncommon's at 48. The rare's at 84. The ultra rare is at 300. Let's go. I picked up my ultra rare at, I think, 160 or 155 was the price I got mine. Secret rare up to 1.3. Good to see that. Good to see that. Jerry, everyone thinks too short term. Fine with me. Facts. Big time. It's honestly like a good thing when people start thinking like that in my eyes, because I realize, wow, okay, most people don't understand this just yet. Because there's so many times, especially as VeVe continues to grow, 2-point-something million active monthly users. You know, that thought creeps into your mind, like thinking sometimes, is it still early? You know, a lot of people ask me all the time, is it still early in VeVe? I try to say yes all the time. I try to give examples of why it's early. It's hard for people to understand that, though, because they think 2 million users, how are we still early, you know? But here's the thing, they can't grasp what this truly is just yet. So many people are thinking short term. They were thinking short term back when when they first found VeVe. I tell this story all the time, but for the new users tuning in, I like to repeat myself. Todd McFarlane Batman was in store, in stock for $79.99 from October 2020 to November, December, January, February, March. 6,000 of them out of the 7,500 editions. 6,000 of them stayed in store, in stock. Nobody was buying them. As soon as I found it, I was buying them like crazy. Kept just running it up. I think I bought 6 or 7, maybe 5, 6 or 7 of them. As many as I could possibly afford. People said back then they were too short-term thinking. You know, they said it would never sell out. There's too many editions back then. Fast forward after them selling out, after they get past $300, they're up to $700, $1,000. Probably not even 1,000 yet by the time the DeLorean dropped. The DeLorean had 50,000 editions for the common. Again, people were thinking we probably only had maybe 30,000 users at the time. Maybe just got to 50,000. I'm not sure exactly how many we had by the time the DeLorean dropped. Common drops 50,000 editions. People freaking out. Oh my gosh, what is VeVe doing? People were saying they don't know what they're doing. I'm sitting back thinking like, what? You guys invested because of the team. David, Dan, Al Khan. The fundamentals never changed. But again, people were just short-term thinking because we only had a few thousand people on the app. When they released something like 50,000 editions, some of us were saying there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people on the app. But when there's only 20,000 people, 30,000 people on the app, it's hard to imagine that if you don't zoom out and think long-term. That's the thing. When we're all into the NFT space, into the crypto space, everyone's into the micro. And in the micro, there's a lot of volatility, ups, downs. But when you zoom out, you can look at the big picture of where this is going. 50,000 editions really isn't that many. When there's hundreds of thousands of people in the app, millions of people in the app, if it's something popular, if there's a lot of demand, it was $13 at one point. It went all the way down to $13. It was a $30 retail collectible, I believe. That common DeLorean. Now it's like $90. Got all the way up to, I think, 160 at one point, back down to maybe like 80, 90, wherever it's at right now. Definitely more than 13. So I feel like Anybody who scooped up a bunch of those at $13, it's at $80 right now. And again, we see things continue right now. We're in a little stagnant low period on VeVe. I say low period. The highs are still, or I should say the lows now are still higher than what the highs were months ago. So, I mean, it all depends on your situation. But I do think everything that was up may come back down. Everything that was down may go back up. It's just part of the cycle. We're going to see plenty of opportunities in the future on VeVe. Things that just dropped have gone below retail. So I'm not saying to go buy those, but I think in the future, fast forward a few months from now, I doubt things that are below retail right now will stay below retail for months. Yeah, love the Ghost Rider, Sam. Good pickup. I agree. There are some comics that I have. I agree. There are some comics I have that I will sell in years from now, and some that will go to the grave with me. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of these collectibles, a lot of these comics, especially comics too, a lot of these early collectibles, I think you could pass them down to your kids, your kids, your grandkids. That's how a lot of these things will work, I believe. I'm buying, but do yourself a favor and hodl. Not financial advice, Jerry, of course, right? But opinions only. I agree for sure. I think now is the time to hodl, maybe accumulate things that you want to get still. There's definitely things that are on my wish list that I still want to get. There's a couple of them still. I would say there's a comic book that I'm really targeting before it gets out of reach. And then there's one more collectible. Yeah, one more collectible. And then I'll feel so satisfied. I already do feel complete right now. Not complete. I already feel, blessed, grateful for everything that I do have right now. As Dan always says, Dan Schauble, shout out to Dan Schauble. We've already won. Just have fun now. But it's that constant hunt in me, that constant inner hunt, always searching for the things that you don't have. But again, in times like that, it's always grateful to kind of take a step back, realize how grateful, how blessed we all are to have a VeVe app, to have an app like VeVe, to have all these brands. Sometimes just go through the market, hit that market tab, go to brands, and just scroll through. Just look how many brands VeVe has. USPS, we have the United States government. DC, Black Panther, Captain America, Cartoon Network, Coca-Cola. Again, DC. You got Disney, like Ghostbusters, Givenchy. List goes on. James Bond, bunch of famous artists. Marvel decided to create its own license exclusive just for VeVe. Marvel Mighties, like, come on. It's unbelievable. Superman, like the biggest brands in the world, all on one app. It's game changing. It's revolutionary. It's literally a moment in history that we've all been blessed to be a part of. And like I said before, most people don't realize it's history because we're all in the midst of it. It's so hard to realize that you're part of history until it's written in a book. And then we're all going to think back and realize that was us. We were there for season 1, for season 2, for season 3. Like all of us in the community right now, we're helping build something that's a special part of history. Ooh, Sam P, great question. Great question. As I have 2 ultra rare Ghost Rider, do you think it's smart to sell one to get into Marvel Comics? Number 1. Sam P, I would ask the question to you. I would reply to that with a question. Do you have any of the Marvel Comics number 1? Because also I would say it depends on your situation. If you want to kind of increase your collection, in my opinion, I would say yes. But if you want to just make sure that you have a good thing to profit off in the future, it may be smart to hold that duplicate to sell later. But again, I think if you're into comics, the Marvel Comics number 1 is basically the Bitcoin of comics. It's the very first one. I almost look at Todd McFarlane Batman as the Bitcoin of all collectibles because it's the very first collectible on the VeVe app. And Marvel Comics number 1 is the very first comic book. Not only is it that first ever Marvel comic. But I think as we get hundreds of more of comics, thousands of comics one day, I think to have the very first one will be iconic. Especially because that comic is so rare in the real world to where the physical counterpart of that comic book sells for millions of dollars. So to increase your collection, I would say yes. If you want to just be able to profit off that duplicate, I would say hold. But I think a lot of times we get duplicates to increase our collection. For me personally, not financial advice, I would try to get that Marvel Comics #1. I know I want a stack of GRs, Ghost Riders, and a stack of Marvel 1. Yeah, Jerry, I don't think you can go wrong with those. I even think Journey into Mystery right now. I think that's a good one. I say that just because that's one of the comics that's still below $50, I believe. $60. Diversity is key. Here's a tough one for you: an uncommon Steamboat Mickey or MVC. I think you mean Marvel Comics #1 uncommon. Let me think about this one, JT. Do you mean Marvel Comics #1? Just the uncommon? Oh, that's an interesting one right there. I love both of them are iconic. One's just in comic book form, one's in just collectible form right there. Absolutely love Steamboat Mickey. So many reasons for that one. I mean, Mickey Mouse NFT Collection Series 1. That's going to be iconic, especially when there's different series that roll out. Series 2, Series 3, Series 4. First ever appearance of Mickey Mouse in the real world. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's history right there. That's why I feel like that's one of the collectibles that's an exception. Probably doesn't need the FE tag, FA tag for that one to do well. I think everybody understands, or if they don't understand, they'll do the research and understand. You had to pick either one. If you can go both, my opinion would be both. Woo! I have both. I have the MC1 uncommon. I have the uncommon Steamboat Willie. I'd probably rather have that Steamboat Willie uncommon, to be honest. I'm leaning towards that one. Because I feel like, yeah, it's close though. That's a close one though. It's a tough one. Let's go over prices of the Steamboat Mick. Yeah, the ultra rares at 3.2K. The uncommons at 498. The commons at 399. Love the common too. It's gonna be hard to pass that one. I think the only comic that would rival is probably the MC1. MC1 commons 320, uncommons 385, rares 795, ultra rares 1.7K, secret rares 37.5K. You know what's funny about this, JT? I haven't even read one full comic book just yet. Believe it or not, I haven't even read one. That's something I probably should do. Some of my duplicate comics, because I don't want to read one that I only have one of. Just in case they do ever decide to make it deteriorate. Because I don't want to risk that with some of my comics. But yeah, it's crazy. I haven't even read one just yet. And I probably will read one just because I haven't read a lot of these comic books ever before, even in the real world. Let's go. It's awesome that you're only 17, my man, making a killing on VeVe. Unbelievable. I think that's going to be the shift in VeVe. I think as VeVe continues to grow in popularity around the world, I do see the ages using VeVe probably getting younger than what's at right now. I think the average demographic range of VeVe, I want to say, is anywhere from like 25 to 35, I think they said. Maybe 30 to 40. I think it's 25 to 35, they said. And that was actually higher than what they anticipated. They thought it would be a lot younger of a crowd. But I think it's just because at that age, a lot of times people have more money at that age. So it makes more sense that people are actually able to, even though this is a collecting app, there's a lot of investment opportunities. And so I think in the future, once they start releasing more and more editions of collectibles and not so much just the first appearance, first edition, maybe they release a Spider-Man that's not first appearance, first edition, and there's 100,000 editions, and that one's interactive and it's more of like a toy that people can play with. I think once that kind of stuff starts happening, maybe we get more like Mattel, like dolls and stuff like that. That's when I see the younger ages start to really adopt it, to like play with them as like toys almost. And then the early adopters, the people who are able to afford the first appearances, the first edition of stuff, that's when it's going to really start to turn into like a collecting app. Right now, it's almost like an investing app. People see it as, because we're so early. But I do see in the future of them having more editions like the DeLorean Common, 50,000, probably 100,000, maybe even more at some point. And I think that's when you start to see like the high school students start to adopt this, and just the younger ages. But yeah, getting in now, man, Sam P, that's awesome that you're getting in at a young age. Learning crypto at a young age, everything like that. Pride or Todd? Wow, they're about the same price right now. Interesting. Whoo! Short term, I'm going to go with Pride. Long term, Todd. Medium to long term, my answer is always going to be Todd. It's hard to pass up, or hard to imagine a scenario where the first ever NFT on the platform, the first appearance of Batman in the digital world, the first ever digital collectible from DC, all of that in one collectible. It's hard to imagine as VeVe grows to tens of millions of users, that won't be the most sought after collectible. But in the short term, Pride, I mean, Givenchy is a luxury high-end brand, one of the top tier brands. So I could see Givenchy being up there for a while. But again, these are just my opinions, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Pride could hold its way for a while. Because when you think of Givenchy, I think of high-end luxury. I mean, Givenchy is the brand that Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, they wear the Givenchy dresses to the Met Galas. Like, it's a top tier brand, luxury. So, and especially what it stands for with this drop too. I think there's a lot of big meaning behind it. A lot less editions. So that's why I just say 30 minutes to the drop. The VeVe team just tweeted it out. 7,500 editions compared to the 1,800 editions won't mean as much when there's 10 million, 15 million people in that. But when there's only, 2 million, when there's, hundreds of thousands of people, you can feel that difference a lot more. I would say, and the popularity of Givenchy worldwide. That's why I say short, medium term, I would say maybe Pride. But again, as VeVe becomes a household name, to have the first ever VeVe NFT, I'm gonna go with Todd in the very end. But it's gonna be an up and down, journey for sure. I had one of my Todds listed for sale before the live stream. But again, when I list my Todd, I have to be paying attention to it. I have to be on the ball, because the floors can get swept anytime when there's big time collectibles. I never suggest follow my lead on that one. Anytime you list your big time collectibles, whether it's a Wall, a Secret Rare Spidey, a Rizzo, a Todd, whatever your big time collectibles are, anytime you try to risk it, you're playing with fire on the point that your plan may not work out. But I always feel like I'm savvy enough to be able to make those moves. But I try to list my 1,000 mint Todd around that 9.4, 9.8K range, 10K, hoping it sells because it's a 1,000 mint. I do have 2 other Todds that are 1,000 mints that I'm the original owner of, so I don't plan to get rid of those. But my 1,600 something mint, I would hope it sells for like 9.8 before the floor gets swept, so I can go back buy the floor at like 6.5 and then just pocket the difference in gems. So that's my game plan. That's my plan. When you see my Todd up on the market, don't freak out. They get, oh, he's selling his Todd. I'm sure that's probably panicked some people. So just wanted to Let y'all know my game plan with that. But I have listed my Nightwing a few times. I was trying to sell my trophy Nightwing. Swap that in from a trophy to be like a cash prize, basically. But 1.5K I felt like was a little bit too low. That win means more than 1.5K to me. I don't think you can go wrong with a Todd long term. See Rios, good morning, good morning. Hey, yeah, Daredevil's a great one. I think that's a top comic book right there. I kept my ultra rare, kept my 3-digit common. Those are ones I wanted to keep. So glad you got one of my Johnny Dunn Daredevils. That's a hodl right there. That's definitely a hodl. So funny. Just swapped my Todd for a Pride. People in that industry have a lot of money. Yeah, absolutely. Crypto superhero. So you kind of went the opposite way. And I don't think you can go wrong with that way either. Again, I feel like it's a tough one. I mean, short, medium term, I definitely see Pride doing extremely well. I had 2 Prides for a while. The only reason why I got rid of my 1 duplicate Pride was because I got my Walt Disney at 3K. So I let go of that Pride around that 4K range. But it was a tough call for me. I'm in the short term, it's working out great because we saw Walt go up to that 40K range. It's back then like 30, 25 right now. There's been plenty of times when Walt went up there to 40K. I was debating for so long. I was like, all right. I basically swapped a duplicate Givenchy for a duplicate Walt. So now I got 2 Walts, 1 Givenchy. Is the time now I sell my duplicate Walt and get like a ton of Givenchys. And I thought that was the move, but I wasn't positive. I wasn't 100% confident on that, so I just didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't do it because I almost did it when Walt was like 8K or like 9K. I think 9 or 12K because I was going to pick up 2 more Givenchys. And then the next day after that, Walt went up to like 30K. So I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, absolutely. Givenchy is big time right there. I just feel like long term though, and you're right. The people, in that industry with Givenchy, they have a lot of money for sure. It's a high end luxury. Beyonce, Kim Kardashian. When Kim Kardashian finds VeVe, you can bet. I would bet a lot of my collectibles that she's targeting the first ever Givenchy NFT. Hopefully, I can sell Kim my Givenchy one day. I don't even want to sell it, to be honest. I would rent it out to Kim. That's my game plan. JD rents out his Givenchy to Kim Kardashian. I'll clip this when that happens. Shout out Kim. Let's go. I could definitely see a Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I could definitely see that kind of collab. If you guys look at David Hughes, I always go back to David Hughes' Instagram. Sorry, David, for sending the whole community over to Stalker IG. But I feel like he gives a lot of clues, a lot of tidbits, a lot of teasers in there. And if you go down to, I think it was the Ghost Trap. If you go to David Hughes' Ghost Trap post, let me see if I can find it. I noticed when he made the post, in the background, he did the Ghost Trap preview right in front of a plaque on the wall. And I was like, wait, that's a Louis Vuitton poster. Wait, is that an NFT poster or is that a real poster? I couldn't tell. I think it's an augmented reality poster. Could be wrong. But even if it's a real one, it tells me that to have Givenchy, I think you kind of need Louis Vuitton. You guys tell me. You think that was... He could have done that around any part of any room. He does it right in front of a Louis Vuitton poster. He's teasing us. David Hughes is a collector. He could have picked any wall in the world to do that around. So I spotted that one a while ago. And he's a big fan of Supreme too. I think we'll have Supreme one day. I made videos of that back in the day. But again, that's just speculation. There's no confirmation about anything. That's just me going through his Instagram, trying to dig for clues. It's always fun to do that. A lot of stuff has came true. I mean, there was a point where he had the Star Wars shirt on next to the DeLorean. Took a screenshot of that. I was like, oh my gosh, we have Star Wars. I was telling some people about that. And then, of course, They all say, nah, no way. We don't have Star Wars, dude. You're a moon boy. And I kept this picture for the longest time. And once I noticed he deleted it on his Instagram, I was like, wow, we got it. And so I always save this picture. And once we had that Star Wars drop for the first time, finally I was like, wow, I can finally post it. And so I posted this right when we announced that we had the Star Wars. This was his post on his Instagram a while ago, years ago, in his Star Wars shirt, right next to the DeLorean. Here's my caption. I said, all right, you can't read it, it's blurry. I said, I've kept this bit quiet until Star Wars officially announced. I found this post on David Yu's Instagram back in March before he deleted it, and I snagged a screenshot. Let's go. Just those moments where, you know, we're all stalking David Yu's Instagram all March, trying to like really learn what this was. Unbelievable. Because you got to think too, March of last year, when you YouTube VeVe, there were no YouTubers. There were no YouTube videos. The only ones you could find were the Alfred Kahn, the Comey videos that they made in 2018, maybe a sneak preview of some kind of, not showcase, but when they were demonstrating what the app was with David or Dan explaining it. You had to really dig for information to understand what this was. Yeah, definitely. Everybody make sure you guys update the VeVe app. Good announcement, Joe M. And when I went to my updates on my apps in the App Store, it said it was already updated, but then I clicked on the VeVe app and then it said update. So make sure you kind of manually update that. Selling a Pride on OpenSea on Coinbase will be big. I agree, especially low mints like that. Shout out to the Gale. I saw he just bought a Todd, and he's got a low mint Givenchy too. I was like, let's go. That's gonna be big time right there for sure. So I'm trying to hurry up and grab a lot of the collectibles I haven't got yet to finish a lot of these sets. And just one more comic. I really wanted to grab a secret rare comic. It's in my reach, and I wanted to grab it. But there's also a collectible that I really, really want that I wanted to reach to. So it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get Johnny Dunn for sure. Dubes in the house. How we doing, brother? That looks AR. Exactly. It does look AR. It kind of looks both, but again, you got to think, even if it was real, David Yu could have took a video of that ghost trap anywhere in the world. Sometimes he's by his helicopter. He chose a wall that had the Louis Vuitton poster. It looked like an augmented reality. I think we'll see Louis Vuitton. Absolutely. Hey, Billy, let's go. Just ordered the physical version of Eve. She's a fine piece of art. My favorite with Electric Lola. I like both of those. I like Electric Lola a lot. I actually like the other art, though, a little bit better. The more vertical looking one. The Way OB, I think it's called. Now, it's the one that I like a lot. But again, I like Electric Lola a lot, too. Both of them go hand in hand for sure. I'm going to try to find. Yeah, Way OB. This is the one that I like just a little bit more. But again, just my personal preference. I had to grab this one. I got this piece of art literally just because I love the way it looks. Absolutely love this one. Woo! It just looks fire to me. Like, I have this one in a lot of my showrooms with my two Dragon Girls right next to it. Just brings a certain vibe. But again, Electric Lola, that's another great one. Let me see if I can bring that one up real quick. Aha. Yeah, this would definitely be my second favorite of that set. But all four of them in that set, I think look really good. Yeah, this is Electric Lola. This would be my second favorite. I like this one too. That one looks fire if you ask me. Make sure you guys delete your files. Also, on that update news, there is a promo code update a lot of us got. We've all been kind of Wondering when that could be. Promo code is not Alfred Khan, by the way. I've tried. Doing good, Dubes. Doing good. Same here, brother. Same here. Doing great. Can't complain. Life is beautiful, my man. The market update. Have not seen this, KCBMW. What is the market update? The market's closed right now, so I'm not sure that's what you meant. Yeah, Joe M. Yep, that's what I just mentioned right there. Had a little telepathy right there. With this VeVe update now, has promo code field? Wondering what's coming, maybe referral code to new users. That's kind of what we've all been thinking, a referral code for the new users. They have mentioned that's probably going to happen one day. So maybe we're seeing it right now. It'd be interesting to see it happen right now just because I didn't think they would want more new users, that many right now. But hey, if they want Johnny Dunn and everybody to go on a marketing campaign again, I'm all for it. But I don't know if that's really for the new users or not. It could be, absolutely. Could be for something else. I know that Master Collector program's probably going to be rolling out soon too. Definitely got me wondering. I was wondering what hit me right away. Obviously, I wanted those retroactive points if it was a referral program. I was wondering how many points I could rack up with that. But I don't think they could possibly do it retroactive on that one. I was just kind of me getting my hopes up. I think possibly it could have something to do with maybe, this is what I thought right away when I saw the promo code. I was like, you know what? Maybe it has something to do with you go to your local comic book store, right? Say location is in New York City. You go to that store, the comic book store gives you a promo code, NYC VeVe. You type that in, it unlocks some kind of VeVe exclusive collectible. Maybe it has something to do with that, because that way it would get people to travel around the different locations. Shout out to Willow Kid. Me and Willow were discussing all kinds of ideas. It was really his idea that he came up with the other day. He was mentioning all types of different possibilities that could happen. And I agreed. I said, you know what? That's amazing. I definitely could see something like that happening. And on top of that, once they started releasing the promo code stuff with this new update, really got me thinking maybe there is something tied in with that. Good morning, Kelvin. Let's get it, fam. Let's go. I think this could be a drop where we get a lot of dubs in the chat. Hopefully we do. Best purchase in app for 300 gems, in your opinion? Oh, this is a good one. There's a lot of opportunity, I think, in the market right now. Leonidas, Orphanitis. Shout out to you for joining the live stream today. Hopefully I got the name right. There's a lot of opportunity right now. I don't want to point out specific collectibles right now, just because I feel like that'd be pumping them. But I feel like with comics and collectibles, there's opportunities. With comics, I always say go to Comics and Crypto. Shout out to Comics and Crypto. I would definitely go to their Twitter page. If you're not following them already, give them a follow. They're blowing up quick. They're going to keep on blowing up. Try to always support those people. They have a ranking system, just their opinions of comic rankings, and Sleeping Comics too. Go give Sleeping Comics a follow on Twitter. He's got his website up there. And I like to look at Comics and Crypto's ranking system. And if you look at the top 10, maybe top 15, top 20 even comics, again, these are just his opinions on the app. I think there's a lot of still great opportunities if you look at the top 10 comics. Just the top tier ones, Maybe look at what they're selling for in the real world and then see what they're selling for in the VeVe app. Now, obviously, it's not completely comparable, but you can kind of get a feel for what might be undervalued there. If you see a top tier comic and it's still only selling for, under $50, it could be an opportunity. And with collectibles, one, I would say, even with comics, the biggest thing though is to collect what you like. Because at that point, when you see things go down, you're not too worried because you still like it at the end of the day. You still love it. And as we get more and more comics, more and more collectibles, we won't be able to collect everything. So focusing on the things that you like is definitely going to be big. And then with collectibles, I try to think of what is everybody going to enjoy? What kind of brands are there on the app that everybody in the world is already familiar with? I do think a lot of the artist collectibles are amazing looking, and it's made me become a fan of a lot of these artists that are on the app that maybe I've never even heard of before. But for me, I wanted to focus in on a lot of the bigger IP brands that VeVe has, just because I feel like that's a safer bet long term for me. I feel like when you have something that everybody already knows, it's an established fan base. So I hope those kinds of statements kind of help out a little bit. Those are just things that's helped me out big time with my collection. What's up, Johnny? Do you got some price predictions for today? Shout out to Dave Nelson tuning in. I don't have exact price predictions for today, but I do think that it won't be the most valuable comic book in the world that drops. I think this is going to be a good opportunity to maybe get a maybe rare uncommon that's really, really cheap in the market if you're after master collector program points. Because I think they'll be pretty cheap. My game plan, if I can ultra rare or secret rare today, I will flip it in the market right away. I'm going to try to get in the market as soon as I possibly can. List it close to $1,000. Hopefully I can get a sale. I do think this one's going to dip as more and more people get their comic distributed. And then once it finally dips and the floor is in, and say the secret rare is only at 300, in the 200s, I think that could be an opportunity for a lot of people if they're looking for master collector program points. Wow, let's go. Wow. They are smart. They dropped this when the market was closed. By the way, VeVe official, the failure of control piece. Yeah. Confirmed. Wow. Let's go. Everyone's probably racing to the market right now, and it's closed. Wow, let's go. That's big right there, I think. I think some kind of airdrop's going to happen, to be honest. Shout out to everyone drinking their coffee, getting ready for today. My coffee's getting kind of cold right now. Cold brew doesn't work. We found out a few days ago. AKA Bash. Good luck today as well. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, so Dubes, manually check it, meaning this might be for a lot of people too. So everybody, I would definitely listen to this. Make sure your VeVe app is updated. When I went to my app store and I went to my VeVe app, it already said updated. I was like, So I clicked on it and then it said update. So you may have to click on it and then update it. If that makes sense. Daniel Ramos, let's get a dub today, fam. Let's go. Yeah, I agree, Simone. Marvel Comics #1 is the best purchase in the market right now. It has potential for a short-term pump. I mean, all comics do, I think. Let's go. Willow back in the building. He was at the skate park since 8 a.m. grinding, literally grinding. Let's go. Good luck today, Willow. I think you might be able to get this drop. I hope you're able to get this drop. I don't think this is going to be a too valuable of a comic book, so hopefully that deters a lot of people. I'm going for it. Good luck today. Good luck. Good luck. VeVe light on. VeVe light's off today, Calvin. I'm trying to get it going with the light off, so struck out. But we have the drop today where the buy now button's gonna flash up. I've been crushing these lately, so hopefully I can keep the streak going with these. I kind of want to see more drops like this one though, with the buy now button up there, so I can start practicing that one again because I feel like I've not been doing well on those anymore. I feel like it's kind of shifted a little bit, but that's the thing with VeVe. You got to be able to adapt. One thing I've learned is if you can't adapt, you're probably going to get left behind with the trend or whatever is going on with VeVe. You got to be able to adapt and go with it. For show, quick flip for the win and buy back a better mint if you want. when it floors out. Yeah, absolutely, Dave Nelson. And even for this one, I don't even think I'm going to buy back, to be honest. I don't want that to kill the prices on these, but again, I just don't have that many gems. If I did have a lot of gems, I'd probably just hold on to it or buy back. But I'm trying to target a comic right now. I'm trying to target one more collectible. And man, I'll feel like I'll get to that position where I'm finally like, I got everything I finally want without having to sell any of my big time collectibles. That's one thing that I'm kind of worried about in the future is once they start dropping sports and everything like that, people like me, I'm going to be like, no way. I don't have the money. I don't want to sell my big time collectibles. So I'm going to just have to keep flipping, finding a way to flip or just adding more money into the app and just take a big hit. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I know when they drop sports, I'm going to get excited. Ghost Rider has 4 9.8 that exist and 40 9.9 9.6 for a total of 44 in real life in high grade, minimum 80K USD. One of the best opportunities I've seen on the app is Ghost Rider right now. Key Grail from the bronze, absolutely ace boogie. Great breakdown too. Yeah, 6 minutes and 15 seconds to the drop. I agree, Ghost Rider, from what all the comic experts have, said before, it's definitely, I think it's number 1 or 2 Grail from the Bronze Age. Definitely a big opportunity right now. William Parrott Tree, let's go, JD. Good morning, fam, in the chat. Yeah, good morning, William. Good luck today. I'm excited. Another great opportunity to practice your drop technique, to get another drop. Never know. Maybe may be able to make a few hundred today. I'm feeling ultra rare. I'm not sure why. Feeling a rare or ultra rare. 5 minutes and 28 seconds to the drop. Again, that's my game plan. I will try to, if I get an ultra rare or a secret rare, I'll flip it right away, hoping for a high amount. But if I get, a common, uncommon, even probably a rare, I'll just hold on to it. I don't think it's going to come out super valuable. So I kind of just weigh the odds. Is a $20, $15, $30 collectible comic really worth the flip, or just hold on to it, another originally owned drop? Make sure you delete your files if you guys have been making showrooms. I definitely have been. Great question. How often are you successful with catching a drop? So, Mikhail, great question. I would say I've definitely been more successful than most, than the average. I don't know my exact drop percentage. I would love to know my drop percentage though. I think that's something that the VeVe team could probably pull up, but I'm not sure if that's something that they are going to or not. Hoping one day, crossing my fingers, one day they can give like a drop badge. I'm thinking of like a 3D trophy in your showroom that you can put on your profile, just to let people know that you're one of the best or that you've gotten some of the most drops. I mean, that would help kind of verify people too. I think it's a good way to increase people to go for drops. And I don't even think that would increase people using bots, because obviously the VeVe team knows accounts that have bots or that are using bots. So I don't think they would give a trophy, give a badge to a bot account. So I think that's a good way to kind of entice people. Say there's a common that's not that popular that's dropping. Maybe someone's on the cusp of getting that badge, that drop trophy. So they go for it. I've definitely been doing pretty well. I would say maybe just under 50%, Michael. But I would say most people maybe like 10, 20%. What's the promo code section that is in our VeVe profile settings? Let's go. That's part of the update, William Perry. Yeah, absolutely. Daredevil's underrated big time. I think Ghost Rider is just newer, so there's more hype. But yeah, Kelvin, Daredevil is a big time comic. That's one of the top comics. Daredevil, Journey into Mystery. A lot of these comics are, really, really good. Stand up streams with Drew NFTV. Let's go. JD, what it do? Drew, what it do? Looks like you changed your username. We got a new YouTube channel coming out from Drew NFTV. Let's go. Stand up streams. I like it. Does that mean you're not going to be sitting down? You're going to be standing up the whole time? I'm just kidding. But I like it, though. I'll have to tune in. If I'm not subscribed, I'll try to remember to subscribe. Yeah, Kelvin. Absolutely. Comics and Crypto gave Daredevil a good rating. It's definitely a great, great comic book. Dude's just saying, shh. Yup. I definitely think, Deej, that the market's going to rebound on that one for sure. I think the hype's going to FOMO people in big time. They didn't want to get it where it was below retail, but I guarantee you they pay, whatever the price is and when it's above. I got a 3-digit mint right around that retail price. I figure, 3 digits not going to stay at retail. Gio, good luck, good luck. We got a minute, 12 seconds to the drop. Definitely part of the update. We don't know what the promo code is. A lot of people have been guessing what it is. I don't know what it could be, to be honest. I always thought it could be something with like a location base. I was just kind of hoping. I don't know if that's really the case or not. I just thought that'd be a cool little addition. Could be nothing really big. Little sip for the coffee gators out there. 47 seconds to the drop. All right, I'm recording this one. I'm going to do my infamous backing out, my magic trick here. Backed out a few times. All right, 30 seconds. Whoo! 25 seconds. I'm feeling pretty good on this one. 20 seconds, y'all. Let's get it. 15. Good luck, everybody. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. I think I got it. I got it. Oh my God. Wow. I am literally... It's probably going to look late because I felt like I had a heavy press this time. So by the time I let go of it, it's probably going to look late. But I was on point once again. It's unbelievable. I just hope it's a low-digit secret rare. Obviously, it's not an important comic book, but 3-digit. 3-digit. Come on, 3-digit. Gotta talk to it. Talk gate. 27,344. Let's go. Still got one though. My buy now still up there, so wow. Pretty congested right now. My air filter is not doing anything. Maybe I gotta turn it up another level. It's pretty low right now, so you can't really hear it too loud. Wow, let's go. CVS trademark filing hints at metaverse pharmacy plans. And people think metaverse is just hype. The whole world's going to be ran through it. Rexy19, let's go. Johnny Boy, Johnny West Coast, how we doing, fam? Miss Rose in the building. Ina Vine got a dub. Gio had perfect timing. Oh, baby, he's got it. You only had one other person? There's no way. Johnny the GOAT. Appreciate you, Maisie. Oh, this is a good mint, Ian Devine. I've been crushing it with the comics ever since the part 1. Yeah. You know what's crazy, Simone? I was 0 for 10 or like 0 for 8, 0 for 9, somewhere in that range before part 1 of the first ever comic book arc. That Craven part 1. Air filter gate. Yeah, rebound should congestion gate. Where's Kelvin's gift at? I need Kelvin's gift. Got the dub, Dave Nelson. So we've only got 2 dubs, Ian and Dave. Secret none still. It's unbelievable. Air condition gate. All right, so 3 people and Zombie Freak. Wow, the long pause freaked everybody out. That happened to me last time, December. I was really hoping you got one. What? 64-minute rebound in the last poster. Getsy's been doing rebounds since it dropped. Yeah, if the buy now's still up, definitely go for rebound still. Going back to sleep now. December, always tuning in. I appreciate the support big time. A lot of L's though. Wow, I'm still recording. Wow. All right, so it's gonna be a long video. I gotta edit. 4-minute long video. This is crazy. I can't believe I got another one though. I'm telling you, backing out is the key. Backing out has literally, I feel like, been crucial. Let's take a look, fam. All right, let's take a look at the. I don't know. That was money. I felt like it was money. Let's go. Comics and crypto hit. Let's go. Kyle Wilson just hit. If you guys hit, and on the rebound, if you guys hit, I don't know. I'm gonna ask him right now, Johnny Boy. Good question. He hit last time, actually. I just asked him, "Yo, did you hit today?" I'm gonna show him my video. Last time he hit, he was happy he finally hit, and then I showed him mine. I hit the ultra rare. He was like, "Jesus." I was like, "I don't know what's happening." Let's go. The percentage just went up. That's a fact, Willow. Pull out. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Pull out game. We need the rare, ultra rare. Yeah, I'm hoping we get a lot of ultra rares on the drop. Z Brito, I did hit. I did. Ah. Oh, you just answered me. I woke up at enough time to update and get in, but didn't hit. I tried a different method today, see if it would work, and didn't hit. I also got the system overload for the first time in a while. See, he doesn't feel as confident trying to time it, so he tries a whole bunch of different methods. Let's go. Paul hit on the rebound, spamming it. Let's go. The alien drop king. You already know, dudes. Let's go. Let's go. I'm glad you guys hit. If you guys hit, tag me. I'll repost you. Tweet it and tag the kid. Jared Bear. Shout out to Jared Bear if you're watching. He said, when you going pro? I said, hashtag soon. 2023 when I'm signed to VeVe Sports. Let's go. I need a sponsorship from VeVe to pay for the golf tournaments. Let's go, dude. All right, so even Sean, Comics and Crypto, hit it today on the timing, and he backed out 20 seconds to go. Telling you that's the trick. When drop badge. I'm gonna have so many tweets if you just search for when drop badge. You're seeing Johnny Dunn's tweets. It's like if you search premium licensed digital collectibles at this point, probably all my tweets pop up. What is this one? Marvel. Yeah, I'm not sure why the reserving takes it so long. Are you guys on like the spinning wheel that says reserving? Johnny Alien gets it every time. Not every time, Zebrito, but I get it a lot. Hey, Dubes, yeah, take it easy, brother. All day, L all day. What kind of dogs do you have, Dubes? I always wanted some dogs. JD, on your replay, please see how many seconds you got to purchase. What do you mean by that, Kelvin? Maybe they changed the general purchase time on the update, and that would affect rebounds. Maybe. So you're saying the drop time? What is the exact drop time on the? You'll see my clock top left. 10:59. That one looked pretty even. Right at 11. Let's go. I'm gonna try to slow it down and see if my clock did turn 11 slightly before the buy now popped up. Because that's happened before. Yeah. Even so. Isn't this interesting? Look. It's 11 and the buy now button's still not up. But again, this is like a split millisecond. Interesting. So I guess that shows that the timer may not actually be off like before. Like last time I did this, I thought maybe I didn't get the drop because of this. But I think maybe that's just the way it happens. Maybe the buy now button does pop up slightly after the second turns. 19,497. Hopefully it's a good rarity. Yeah, kind of a high mint there, Josh, but absolutely. I mean, the fact that you just got one. How do you spam rebounds? I think he means spamming rebounds as you hit buy and cancel as fast as you can, like seconds right before, I would think. After you hit buy now, it shows on the bottom how many seconds you have to complete the purchase. Oh, yep. So it popped up 178. As soon as mine popped up, like that was the first thing that popped up. $178. I clicked it on 177. What does that mean though, Kelvin? Still at 180 seconds. Would that make you click the rebound slower or quicker? Let's go. I can't believe I got another drop there, to be honest. Like I can, but I can't. Like I think people don't realize like I was kind of kidding at first when I said like drop king and stuff, but like at this rate, I mean I'm starting to believe it. No luck at all on the rebounds. Oh my gosh. L16, L12. I just posted it. Oh my ID. I can't believe I got another one. This is unbelievable. The haters are probably pissed. Let's go. Oh, shout out to Zachary Roy. He was one of those people that just wasn't understanding like how I was able to get these drops so quick. And so shout out to Zachary Roy because I explained it to him in a way, just in a quick tweet. Basically, I was just telling him about how I think about it being like a quarterback. And I never even played quarterback on a team. It was mainly just because I was never allowed to play football at a young age. I think my dad realized that I would have been the quarterback and I probably would have got crushed because our team was never good. But I mean, coaches always wanted me to play quarterback because I understood how to play. I always had a good arm. And as a quarterback, I understand a lot of times you throw to the wide receiver a little bit before he's open. You have a route in your head, either like 3 steps up and on the third step he breaks. So you're not going to wait until he's open to throw the ball because by the time the ball gets there, it's probably not going to be open. So I think of the buy now the same way. If you wait and see the buy now button pop up and then click, you're probably going to be too late by the time your thumb clicks it. So if you can literally start your press before you see the buy now, you can actually click it before people are seeing the button pop up and then clicking it. I was able to explain it to him in a tweet, and I'm just glad to help, man. Like, you're seriously an alien? I haven't landed a comic since Captain Marvel. Oh my gosh. I said, wow, hoping you can land one soon. I'm saying, wow, hoping you can land one soon. Send me a DM. Maybe I can help you pick my brain how I go for the drops. I don't say I'm an alien for nothing. Obviously, I'm kind of kidding when I'm saying I'm an alien, but I kind of do think we're all. I mean, the reason why I say that is because one, I always felt like I was different, and two, I do believe that we all are kind of aliens at the same time. I do believe all humans are part alien. Not sure. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, "Of course you have one." Lots of people hit who I've helped explain my ways to. My alien ways. My alien ways. My alien waves. People are probably like, what? I feel like people like to just start arguments because now it's the whole location thing back. Oh my gosh. I'm actually going to go to the very first comment. Shout out to Instincts. Shout out to Instincts for this first comment because I mean, when the whole location argument gets brought up, I always say, okay, if it's all about location, how come it's not all about location when I miss the drop? Or if it's all about location, how come my friends or not even some of my friends, just people that I've tried to get in the VeVe app, when they go for drops, they live in my town or next to my town in the same state as me, how come they don't get it? It was all about location. You would think they would. I said, I wish it was that all my friends who live in the same town as me would hit just as much as I do. Have a person on my stream who said he got the last 2 drops on 2 bars of LTE in the middle of a lake in Florida. Shout out to Instincts, man. Yeah, the person who the guy responded to saying the trick is location, they responded and said he's in Georgia with 5 ping. It's got to be something else. People just don't want to admit that I'm good at something with luck. Like, what is the problem with that? It's, it's like people would rather believe conspiracy theories than think that Johnny could actually be good at something with some luck. Like, but at this point, like, how lucky can I be? Like, come on. I don't know why people would rather literally believe conspiracy theories than that. I'm literally teaching people how I do it, and it's been having success for them. So it's unbelievable. Hey, let's go. Send me a DM. Hey, and shout out to the Tasty Creator. Just got your DM. I will answer that right after the stream, brother. And that's what I mean. I mean, if people don't know how, instead of believing conspiracy theories, you should reach out and ask me how I'm able to. I'll walk you through exactly what goes through my head when I'm getting these drops. It's helped so many people. Like, so even with the update, they still give us the 180 seconds, 3 minutes to complete the purchase. So the rebound's still going on each 4 minutes as before. Oh, okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Absolute goat of VeVe. Let's go, Billy the Kid. Appreciate that. Definitely got the timing down. Exactly, Gabe. Like, I've been doing this for months now. I would say literally probably when it all changed and where it all started was the Comic-Con, first ever Comic-Con weekend, season 2. That I got every single drop that weekend except for Lucky. And I was even on the page for Lucky. I feel like I should have got that drop too. I even stopped using my Ethernet. I'm definitely gonna be 65 telling you guys, all right, guys, look, you're basically just like a quarterback getting these drops. Back in my day. No, VeVe's probably gonna change the drop system by then. So wow. That would be amazing, Getsy. I see people saying they slept through the drop packs. I don't see that on the feed, Getsy, but that's great news if that's the case. I think so. I think it could. I think a lot of people are gonna rush in there to start buying the collectible that was just sitting there under retail. People probably be buying it up above retail now. This is crazy. That's like the psychological aspect. That's always funny to watch. Anybody else get the drop? Tag me, anyone? I like this. Shout out to Gorillionaire. He said, if you can't handle the dip, you don't deserve the pump. I like that. Shout out to Claire, always taking amazing pictures. She just took some with the Pilly Fantasy. Kay got booted from the drop. That's hilarious. Let's go. Jake Diggity just got one on the drop. Jeremy Padawar, shout out to you. Good morning with the O rings. Let's go. Nope, not about the location. I'm on the East Coast near the ocean with a slew of misdrops. Yeah, Russell's. It's unbelievable how people think it's location because it's like, okay, just because you're not on the East Coast or in the USA, you feel like everybody in the USA has a better advantage than you when there's so many people on the East Coast or in the USA who still strike out, who still have low ping. It's like, I would love to believe that location probably has something to do with it, phone, internet, ping. But if it did, then how come those people aren't getting it? It's like, yeah, definitely. I would say each phone is probably different. Like for the rebounds, I don't know the timing that well. I can't time the rebounds that well. I've only gotten a couple of rebounds before. Some people understand their timing perfectly on the rebounds and get it all the time. I feel like I probably don't get the rebounds and know my timing because I don't go for them. So I haven't been able to practice them. If I was going for the rebounds just as much as I go for the drops ever since the summer, then I'd probably be really good at the rebounds too. Hey, let's go. Here he is, the tacit creator, my guy. Yup. Definitely got to watch these during the drop, my man. I try to go through my strategy every drop. I don't know if I went over it today though, but try to go over my strategy every drop. And hopefully it's just a way for you guys to pick my brain of what works for me and what I'm thinking about when I'm going for these drops because been able to help teach so many people and a lot of people still are struggling the way that I do it. So it's not a cure all for everybody. When it switches from all editions allocated to unable to reserve a collectible, I would say you can stop trying once the market opens. Like the market's probably going to be open like right now. I got another high edition comments and nothing crazy today. Like for this one, I'm probably just going to keep it just because it's probably going to come out as like $20 in the market, maybe even lower, maybe like 15. But if it was like a secret rare, ultra rare, I'd probably try to flip that right away in the market. Market is open. And I think I got in before all comics even. I think it just opened. I've been doing that lately a lot. I guess it's a conspiracy for that too. I guess only the East Coast people get in. There's one comic book in here, and it's common. There's actually 5 now. It's for $20. But I got in here right away. Again, like what? My timing is just on point. All right, so there's 2 secret rares going for $7.99. This is what I was talking about. If I had a secret rare, I would sell it for $7.99, $900 right now. Because there's only 3 available, and I expect it to dip once more and more get put in. Ultra rare, there's only 1 available going for 400. Again, if I got the ultra rare, I'd probably sell for this price, maybe 500. Because I have a feeling once more and more get in, it'd probably dip. The rare going for 60. It'd probably dip, but if I got the rare at this point, I'd probably just keep it. It might dip back down to like 40, but the uncommon, there's 13 available going for $22 is the floor. And my common is down to $15 is the floor. Not available. I feel like there's an unknown algorithm because I've been slow on the drop and still landed it. Absolutely. And Wapamus, I agree, because there's been plenty of times where I've been slow, where I feel like, nah, I missed it. I was too late. And I've gotten it before. And then there's times where I felt like I was perfect and I didn't end up getting it. So that's why I would say, for me, what it feels like, at least, and this could be wrong, I don't know the exact algorithm or the exact process. It just, for doing this for about a year, it feels like this is what it is. It feels like timing does matter, but it's at the point where we have more than 30,000 users. We have probably 500,000 users on drop day going for it. So just think of 500,000 users and just cut that in half, just for example purposes. Say even only 250,000 people on the drop day. When you have a 30,000 edition count and 250,000 people are going for it at once, not everyone's going to be able to get it. And there's probably going to be tens of thousands of people who time it perfectly. And not many people can't get it. So it's probably all those people get randomly distributed that comic or collectible. And so that's why sometimes when you feel like you time it perfect, you still don't get it, just because randomly it doesn't get sent to you. And then I don't know how it happens when you're late. I feel like when you're late, you may just randomly get it, I feel like also the timer may be off slightly, so you may think you're late, but you're not actually late. That's why I like to back out and come back in with like 30 to 60 seconds to go, because there's been plenty of times where I felt like that timer is kind of lagged on a number. Like it'll be like 38, 37, 36, 35. And I'm like, whoa, it felt like a lag. So I'd back out, come back in. Problems to log into the app. The poster's 188. It's now 200. Good to know it's back up to retail. Yeah, 205 now. It was literally just 160 or 170. It's crazy how people just FOMO in like that. Huge wall at 205 though. Crazy wall. It's odd. Yeah. All right. So it looks like a lot of people can't log into the app. Kelvin's one of them. That's probably why a lot of things aren't in there. Let's see how many have been distributed. Yeah, still a lot have to be distributed. So I expect the prices to fall even more big time on this comic book. And you guys can check that by doing this. This is a great way to check. If you're new, go into the store tab, go into the comic that just dropped, and then scroll all the way down. Once you scroll down, you can now see the comment 14.1K of 20.9K left. And it has that for all of these. Secret rares, 328 out of 500 left. That means 328 people still have to get their secret rare comic delivered to them. And it means 14,000 people still have to get their common comic book delivered to them. And then they'll probably put it in the market. And that's why we see a lot of saturation happen after a while and the prices decline. So that's why when it happens like this, when the market opens up and not everybody has their collectible, that's why I always say if it's not something that you really, really want, try to get in the market right away. Put that comic or collectible in the app for a high price. And if it does sell, then you could always buy back at a lower point. That's usually the pattern. It's not always like that, but typically that's the pattern. As you guys saw, the secret rare started at like 800, I think I said. As more get put in the market, now there is 16. The price has already dipped 370. The ultra rare started at 400 when there was only one in there. Now there's 27. The price is already down to 99. The rare was at 60. Like I said, it's probably going to dip down to 40. It's literally just dipped down to 40 already. It's wild. And same with the uncommon, and the commons dipped down to $10 already. So it's usually a pattern that happens often. And plus, with the combination of people not being able to log into the app, that's definitely a factor. Let's go. Kyle Wilson, new video. Showroom codes, music codes. Whoa, it could be anything. Absolutely. No more sniping on the main market page. That is. What do you mean by that, Getsy? Oh, the fact that you can't. I see. You can't refresh. Gotcha. Gotcha. That might be a good thing. Either bots snipe in, or people just listing something at the wrong price. I feel like that's a way that might be able to prevent that. Who knows? Have not seen Batman yet, Johnny boy. It's definitely something I got to see. ASAP, ASAP Rocky. No Rihanna. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. I definitely have to see that Batman ASAP. Big fan of Batman. I've been hearing a lot of mixed reactions. At first, I heard all great things about this new Batman. Then I've been hearing kind of some downside, just too dark. Have you seen it yet, Johnny boy? Johnny West Coast. Every time I think of you, I think of the secret rare Aston Martin. Brings up the whole collection. Ah. Yeah, it's true. They probably did that so to prevent sniping, I would think. Yeah, shout out to Kurosemi capitalizing off that pump. Failure to control is rising. I mean, I think it should have been above retail, but the fact that it took that announcement to make it go above retail makes me feel like it could dip again, but we'll see. We'll see. Have you seen it yet? And what's your thoughts on it? Because I haven't seen it yet, and I definitely want to see that movie. I haven't seen a new Batman movie in a while. I haven't seen a Batman movie in a while, to be honest. I'm gonna go over these prices one last time. Again, I think these prices could dip just because there's gonna be more and more. They're already pretty low. I just saw the secret rare at 285, but now it's back up to 300. Ultra rares at 109. The rares at 36. $11 for the uncommon. The common's at 8. Wow, could this be the first common to dip below retail since the MC1? Excuse me. I got the hiccups too. Jeez. Let's go. Yeah, you got a big time collectible right there, my man. And the low mint just makes it unbelievable. Okay. This is about right, Mr. Green. I would say this is about right before I even see it, just because it's hard to compare to The Dark Knight. That's my all-time favorite Batman movie. Yep, Paul, market is open. Absolutely. Just went over a little bit. Solid, solid. Yeah, you gotta see it soon. Yeah, 8 to 9. It sounds like a good comparison. Because it would take a lot for me to say it's better than Dark Knight. Like, that's my all-time, one of my top movies, I would say, but definitely my favorite Batman movie. And I don't watch too many movies. Like, I haven't seen many iconic movies. Like, I always kind of freeze when people say, "What's your favorite movie?" Just because I haven't seen too many of them. Oh, here we go. I was waiting for one fodder. Genuine concerns is different than coming out the bat and saying VeVe is dying. And so, Drew, I just want to address that. I mean, people will say it's FUD because when you come out the gate saying VeVe is dying, I mean, right away, that's causing FUD. Whether you mean to or not, coming out and saying something like that, that's going to cause FUD. You can have general concerns for sure. I mean, you can have concerns with everything. I think that's okay to have. And once you do have general concerns, if you present that in a manner, I'm down to talk about them all, because any project, when you're in something this early, there's always going to be ups and downs. I mean, there was a general concern, how are they going to handle tens of thousands of people, hundreds and thousands of users when we first joined? That was definitely a big concern, because VeVe planned to have about 30 to 40,000 users in the first year. And so when they first originally got the big load, we had 200,000 users in March. That was actually a big concern, because people weren't sure on how they're going to be able to handle that. It was a big time. It was a big, situation in the VeVe career, I guess you would say, in the whole timeline of VeVe. But in March, I mean, that's something that they had to do. They had to kind of put things on hold, on back end, on delays for a couple months to re-engineer the entire app to be able to handle the extreme load, the extreme traffic. That was a big concern right there. But, and again, of course, at times people will probably say VeVe's dying, right? But when people present it in a manner that's like respectful, and you say, you have concerns, how are they going to deal with it? That's something that we can talk about, because at the time the VeVe team said, that's a big thing that just happened. We were expecting 30,000 total users in the whole year one. And in the first few months, they have 200,000 users. That put the company, on hold. That kind of delayed some things that we saw take place in April, May. Some things got delayed a few months. And so there's always going to be the ebb and flow cycles. But when people come out and you say it's dying, that's kind of just causing some FUD, whether you mean to or not. You've been here on the channel for a while. Appreciate the support for a while. And it's one of those things where you may not intentionally be causing FUD, but when you come out with a statement right away saying VeVe's dying, that's causing FUD. I completely skipped your concern. So you do have a concern. You're concerned the devs constantly lying. So I think that's just a false statement. I don't think the devs are constantly lying. I think the devs are giving us timelines in the past that revolve around different companies, different third parties. And so they're telling us what they're being told. And so when that gets delayed, things get delayed. And so I don't think it's them coming out and lying to people. I think it's them letting us know on dates and timelines, and then those things get delayed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, facts. JT, that's one of those fortunate and unfortunate things. Anytime a new Batman comes out, I feel like it's always being compared to that Dark Knight. Okay. I do think that the price charts and stuff like that, the sell history will be huge. And I do think that's going to come on the app. I think they're waiting for the web app. That web app will probably have a lot of that history on there. Whether it's the sell history, the previous, history of everything that's being sold at certain prices, the ownership history, all kinds of things like that. Yeah, it does seem like the comics are starting low and then moving up for sure. Still a lot of comics have to be delivered still. About more, a little bit more than half, I would say. Is the VeVe marketplace following the Omi price? I mean, a lot of people have been always kind of comparing both of them. If May 4th drops, or if Star Wars drops on May 4th, that'll be a big deal for sure. David's always been kind of teasing that out since last year. Maybe it was May, maybe in 2022, not 21. And a lot of times, in the past, people would always kind of compare the both. I think it's just part of the cycles right now. Right now, we're just in the stagnant, what I would call the accumulation period. To anyone that does have thousands of gems, now would be in my eyes, opinions only, not financial advice, a great time. But you do see a lot of collectibles right now. The supply is low. The prices are kind of low too. And that tells me that we're about to see another big run up soon. I don't know when it's going to happen, But it's just part of the cycles. But all right, guys, I am signing off today. Appreciate you guys for all support. You know, the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. You know, it means a lot. Appreciate you guys big time. Looks like there will be some more drops this week. I'm not sure what they are yet. They haven't just announced, I don't think, just yet. Maybe some more comics. We don't know what this weekend holds. Usually the weekend's always a big collectible drop. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that could be. I want to hear some predictions in the comments. Since we haven't had anything announced yet, I want to see what some predictions are in the comments once I post this live stream. I want to see, you know, what you guys are thinking. What's going to be dropped? Is it going to be another big comic? Or do you guys think a big collectible is going to be dropping soon? Some teasers about Star Wars in May. Who knows, right? But I will be posting the updates, you know, whatever the VeVe team does post. But appreciate you guys for all support. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.